this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So you might have seen my recent video where we played around with some stickers that I had laminated. They were transparent stickers and I laminated them. And I talked and said, you know, I wondered whether my kind of just fussy cut botanical flowers would work just as well being laminated. So this is them. I have laminated them and cut them out. Now I will put some sheets of these into my shop on my website. They won't be cut out, they'll be full sheets. So there'll be a mixture of, you know, some roses and some of the botanicals. And I'll try and do like a combination of sizes. So like some of these tiny ones and, you know, also some of the big ones. And they'll be, yeah, full sheets and, you know, you'd be able to then fussy cut them out. So I will put those in. We'll see how they go. If obviously they're well received and things, then I'll do some more. But I'll just trial it with just, you know, a couple of sheets of them first of all. So hopefully they're in my shop now. So if you wanted to head over, they're in there now. But yeah, so what I thought we could do is just come along and have a play making some really super simple pockets / journal cards, you know, kind of however you wanted to use these pieces for your junk journals. So I've got here just some coffee dyed paper and I've got this, which is some food coloured paper. Now this one's very thick. This is 250 GSM and this one I think is 200 GSM. So it's slightly thinner, but it's still obviously, you know, considerably thicker than normal, you know, what I would call normal paper. So first of all, what we want to do is obviously make some, you know, pocket size pieces. So I'm just going to fold my paper in half like that. And then I think probably just kind of start by cutting this down like this. Oops. And then this one I'm just going to trim down slightly because it's quite chunky. There we go, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to slice them off here. Now I fold it in half. That's then the size of a journal page, typically, you know, in the journals that I would kind of make using an A4 sheet. So I want to obviously cut it over slightly because if that was glued onto a page, it would of course, you know, be like knocking into the edge of the page. So I'm just taking my line over a little bit like that. Okay, and then we'll just do exactly the same with this gorgeous green paper. Isn't this just so pretty? So yeah, this was just made using food colouring and oh my goodness, what yummy results. What yummy results. I mean, I love this colour. It's kind of like, well, a sort of very pale teal / mint green. I mean, it's more teal than mint green, but I wouldn't necessarily strictly say it is teal, if you see what I mean. So it's got more of a hint of green rather than teal, I think. But it's not really a mint green either. So yeah, I don't know what colour I would describe it as, but you know, or maybe like a very pale turquoise. Perhaps we'd kind of describe it more like that. But isn't it just such a pretty colour? So that's your kind of basic pieces for, you know, like I say, either journal cards or pockets, you know, depending how you wanted to use these. And basically, I just thought to make these very simple. Oops. Just deciding which has got the nicer sort of marks on it. So yeah, I think probably this side. I just thought you could take your pieces and kind of line them up a bit like a little garden down the bottom. Oops. So just grab some bits that might look quite pretty on here. Now, the only one that I found didn't kind of, you know, wasn't that pleased with was this one. You have to kind of like press it down like this because when it comes up, it's quite pale. But aside from that, I think they all look, you know, very pretty, to be honest. Yeah, maybe, oh, I don't know. Perhaps we should keep this kind of more whites then. Perhaps we should have it more whites than pinks, perhaps. Something like that. And literally then kind of staple them on. Now, I'm thinking to make this like a little bit more interesting, we could put some paper down on here. So I've got here, this is some of my totally dotty papers, and this green looks like it's going to go quite nicely because obviously it's picking up the greens from the you know, the leaves. So I'm just going to put those to one side. Now let's just glue this down. Okie dokie. And I mean, I'm just using, you know, these pieces, but obviously you could, you know, you could use any others. Oh my goodness, I'm having glue problems already. This does not bode well, does it? It's so irritating when you have glue problems as soon as you start filming. So there we go. Right. Okie dokie. Oops. Come on, come on. Oh, I might have to stop the camera and actually sort my glue out. So not had glue problems for a little while, but yeah, obviously it was feeling it was about time to start messing about. Okay, so yep, just glue this down over here like that. I'm going to use my glue spreader just so as I get, you know, a nice smooth finish like that, and then just mop the excess with my dried wipe. Now at this point obviously it's optional whether you wanted to, you know, ink it up or not. I think I will ink it, so just go around the edges there, trying my hardest not to kind of over ink all over the actual paper, so just more around the edges, which, to be honest, I mean, I'm quite a sort of clumsy person, so for me that's quite tricky to stay within the boundaries of just inking the edges. Okay, so my flowers then can go there. I am actually thinking this would look quite nice maybe this way around, to be honest. I did it as a tall pocket, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's no reason why you couldn't have it this way around. No, I'm going to keep it this way. Right, so all I want to do is staple these across the bottom. Now, again, I talked about this when we used the stickers. I'm opting for the staple because, or the stapler, because these shiny surfaces, you know, they sometimes can be a bit sort of temperamental with sticking down. Not always, sometimes they, you know, stick down wonderfully. But just for kind of, yeah, like extra precaution, really. The staple, obviously, is a sort of, you know, fail-safe method. So I'm going to put that on that way. I want to spread it out slightly. Yeah, maybe have it down there like that. So it's just kind of a bit lower than the other one. So how cute does that look? And then, of course, you could then finish that off. I've got some ribbon here, which I thought was going to look great, but actually I'm not so sure now. I have got some book plates, which this would go brilliantly. So yeah, let's just take this one down. Like that. Okie dokie. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? We've not even put it on yet, but it looks lovely straight away, doesn't it? So I'll just quickly ink this up a little bit. Okay, and just going to, actually I'm going to use my, I was going to say my crocodile, but now I can't see that, of course. Oh gosh, I wonder if it's behind me. I'm just having to reach down because it's on the floor. There we go. It's in my little bag that I take to my mum's house. So whenever I pop there to visit, I take my craft bag so that I can do some stuff while I'm there. Okay. So yeah, just punch those little holes quickly to put my brads in. Oops. Okay. Oops. Oh, come on. When you put your brads in something a bit like this, I try and like bend the stems down, just because they obviously otherwise would be, you know, very visible. So if you bend them down rather than just in their natural, you know, side to side, Oops. And they, you know, they're quite easy to bend down. It's only flimsy kind of metal like that. And then you can obviously go in and you can just trim off the excess. So that one, and then this one here, like that. Okay. That one, oops. Oh, and that one, I mean to be, ooh, I've dropped it. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness it didn't go like, you know, where I couldn't see it, because I thought, oh gosh, that will be the next thing. It will go where never to be found again. Right, squish that down like that, and can just pop that on. I mean, you could even put it on across the flowers, but no, I'm going to stick it on up the top. Now I'm going to use my hot glue because it's got those metal bits. Whoops. Because it's got those metal bits. So I just want to kind of make sure that it's really glued down, you know, straight away. I don't have to then keep pressing it to ensure that it's stuck down. There we go. Oh my goodness. I mean, what a gorgeous pocket. And then of course we can finish it off with some sort of lace or something. I have got some ribbon here. Maybe the ribbon would look quite cute. It's not really quite the right colour, unfortunately. Oh, I've got some pom-pom trim. That might not be the right colour either, but I mean, that is quite cute, isn't it? Oops. Gosh. Well, that's quite cute across the top, actually. So, yeah, I'm just going to put this little pom-pom trim across the top. I did have these tiny pom-pom trims in my shop on my website in the trim packs, but they've all gone now, I'm afraid. So at this point, I don't seem to have been able to get any more of the pom-pom trim, but I mean, that's so cute, isn't it? And then, yep, I am still looking for something to put on the bottom. Oops, I've got some more green. More green ribbon down here. Let's just try this one. It's probably not going to be the right colour either. Oh my goodness. What do we think to that? I mean, it is quite bright, but it's quite nice, to be honest. Shall we have this? I mean, it's brighter than I'd kind of, yeah, brighter than I'd been expecting to use, if I'm truthful. But I don't know, not too bad. I've got some fabric. Let's just check out what I've got here. No, because that's got blue. Oh, that's also got blue. Just seeing whether I've got any of my ivory sari silk, because that would look really good. Let's have a look behind me. Okay, let's try this. Oh yeah, it's going to be better, I think. So yeah, let's just put this down here. So again, what I'm going to do is just try and staple this. Now obviously we normally use the hot glue for ruffling the sari silk, so but I'm using the stapler just for that reason why we just talked about, you know, with the sheeny surface being, you know, possibly a little bit tricky to glue onto or glue down. So just using the staples there like that. Okie dokie. I mean, it's a bit of a different appearance to when we ruffle the sari silk, but I don't like it any less. I think it's really nice still. So yeah, okay. I like to try and ruffle as messily as possible, so no uniformity going on whatsoever, you know, because I think that looks best. But obviously, you know, if you do something like this, then you might prefer to have it a bit neater. But like I say, I mean, I actually think those scruffy ruffles, they look best, don't they? And that's it. And you've got this cute little garden kind of pocket. How gorgeous does that look? And to be honest, you could even use that then as a little tuck spot. So, you know, you could just tuck something in behind there, which is even cuter, isn't it? So let's do another one of those, but maybe use some different flowers. So we'll put that to one side. So I'm going to use the green again. And we will do some more with the coffee dyed in a moment. But yeah, let's start with the green again. So now, shall we do some of the roses this time? So obviously the roses, they're bigger. Now, let's see. Could have like a couple of roses like that, maybe to the side. Maybe even just one of these poking out there. Okay, do we want to have some of this green on there as well? Or do we think... I mean, I do quite like that, to be honest. Yeah, shall we have that? Okay, so just take that down there. Oh my goodness. I actually mistore that. I was thinking I'd have it on that side, but anyway, it's fine. We'll have it on this side instead. So just take that down there. So I've got a bit of a strange irregular tear there, but it's fine. Still works. So just then pop this one down. So I mean, very quickly and easily and very minimal supplies, you know, you could just make a few of these. I'm turning this round so that I've got that beautiful pattern from the food colour dyeing very visible down here, because otherwise I was kind of covering it all up, which was a shame because it's so pretty. Okay, then we'll take our roses. Again, I'm wanting to hoard these because I really do love them. So yeah, it's kind of killing me to be using such a huge volume of them. 1, 2, and then this one. Just have this cute little flower like poking out there, I think. Okay, like that. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? And then again, let's just maybe have a book plate or something on there. So yeah, these are my coloured book plates. Okay, like that. Yeah, I love the kind of concept, you know, of like something really, really simple, but that then just really looks, oh gosh, I forgot to ink this up, what a folly. That looks very, you know, elegant and gorgeous when it's finished, but it's taken like, you know, seconds really, or, you know, a couple of minutes to make it. So, you know, you really could create a lot of these very, very quickly. Okay. Okay. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Maybe you are doing some crafting. I hope you're having a nice time. Do share in the chat below, you know, whatever it is that you're working on. It's always really nice to hear what everybody's working on. Do you have a laminator? Do you like laminated pieces? I always do remember when, you know, I first started out kind of on my junk journal journey. I'm going to just trim this down a little bit first. Oh, no, I'm not. No. When I first started out on my junk journal journey, and somebody said to me, because I even back then really loved like laminated kind of pieces, and I must have done like some sort of tutorial or something, I think, using some laminated bits, and you know, I really loved them. And I got this comment from someone just saying, why would you put, you know, shiny pieces on your, I think it was like a shabby chic piece or whatever, you know, why would you do that? And, you know, I mean, I kind of got what she was saying, but I mean, obviously, yeah, I do get what she was saying, because by rights, they shouldn't really work. But the strange thing is, you know, and this is obviously just my opinion, maybe you guys don't agree, but I think they really do work. So, you know, kind of, although I totally got what she was saying, you know, I also felt that they did really work. You know, by rights they shouldn't, but they did. But the strange thing is, you know, obviously, especially when you first start out, and to be honest, not even when you first start out, I'm still just as bad now, but it put me off using them for ages because I felt like, oh, you know, that person said that, and oh gosh, she's obviously right. And then kind of after a while, obviously I thought, well, actually I really like that look, and I think they look really good. So I kind of went back to using them. So we could have this ribbon on here, maybe just even like across this little corner. So yeah, I went back to obviously using them, but it just made me laugh because for ages then I felt like too you know, too self-conscious to use them because I thought, oh, I wonder if everyone's thinking that, you know. But yeah, I mean, I just think actually in junk journals, you know, anything goes for a start. And also, you know, sometimes the things that you least expect to work, oops, actually, oh gosh, actually are the things that work the best. So, you know, whilst she was right, you know, that really this shouldn't work at all, they kind of like look really cool, don't they? The sheeny sort of surface, it almost like adds a bit of interest and contrast to what otherwise would perhaps be a bit of a samey journal. So yeah, I kind of, you know, yeah, really like them. So that's that one. Isn't that just so gorgeous? Absolutely love it. I mean, you could stitch around them. Yeah, you could stitch around them. If I was doing that, obviously, you know, if you've stapled on at the bottom, for example, you could stitch around here. That would then kind of create that more like a little tuck spot. I'm sure that would work fine. I haven't tried it, but, you know, I don't see why it wouldn't work. So I've got then obviously more of the green. Which side? That side. Oops, now I've got glue dabbed on there. Oh my goodness. Let's hope that I cover that up in a minute with some of the dotty paper. So also what I brought along, so these are my original book plates, which I haven't used these for a little while, but these are the big ones and they're blank, which is quite nice because you can then sort of build up or, you know, use them as you like. So for this one, I thought we could have something like that. Again, let me pull in my dotty papers and just see if I've got any that maybe would go quite nicely. So I have got this one. That's not bad. That one. What do we think? Oh, not sure. Oh, please excuse the back where I've obviously been printing, you know, other things as well. Oh, we could have something like that. That's kind of a contrast, but I don't know. I do quite like this, I must say. Yeah, we go for this. Oh, sorry, I just knocked my ring on the table. Or there's these bigger ones. Maybe that one. What do we think? Which one do you guys think? Again, wish I was live and I could hear you all. Obviously, we're going to have this on here, so let's just check this out. That's that one. And that's that one. All right, it was quite good doing that, wasn't it? Because that kind of definitely gave a different, you know, perspective to it, didn't it? And then made it a little bit easier to choose. I'll just check this one out, actually, just before we commit to that. Oh, do we prefer that one? Maybe I prefer this sort of more grungy one. So yeah, let's just kind of go down this edge. So I'll just tear that whole edge down like that, and then maybe, oops, maybe pop that on there. So yeah, let's just take that down. Oh dear. Like that. Okay, just snip that off. Okay, yeah, loving these dotty papers. They're just really, really fun. And they're a little bit like the damask papers, you know, that like everything looks really great on them. And there's a mix of like sort of grungy ones and, you know, not grungy ones. So hopefully there'd be kind of like something for most projects, you know. But yeah, really, really enjoying them at the moment. So, okay, right, let me just mop this up. I've got my glue here. I know this looks really messy if you can see it to the side. It's resting on my hot glue gun. Now, the reason I've got it like that is because you know how we had that trouble with the glue when I first started the video. I'm hoping that having it kind of like up against the hot glue gun, it's you know, heating up the glue and kind of making it much easier to come out. So that's why it's all sort of oozing out on the desk. But definitely, you know, that is a good way to, you know, to get your glue moving. But yeah, for some reason it's then moving too freely. In fact, let's move it to the side. It's probably, or hopefully it's working enough now without having to really have it there. Right, there we go. Okay. So, oops, just need to get a clean wipe because I'm getting very messy. I'm going to end up getting glue on everything in a minute. Right, so this one. So what we could do is actually kind of attach this with the brad to have this attached. Now, do we want it attached this side or this side? Probably that side. So I'm going to just go through that with the crocodile. Now, this is going to be tricky to do. Oh my goodness, can I see? Can I see? There. Yep. And then this side as well. Like that. Okay. I'm just using the crocodile to do my holes because my pieces, you know, my brads, they've got quite big stems. So obviously the crocodile, it's easier than using like a pokey tool where then, you know, actually my holes generally aren't maybe big enough. So just pop that down. I might have to adjust those stems a little bit. Yep. Okay, squish that down. I'll just snip this out a bit. I mean, to be honest, because these are much bigger book plates, they don't really need coming down very much. Oh my goodness. Oh, perhaps I can get away with not doing that at all as I'm, as I'm struggling to get hold of it. Okay, right. And the other one. Well, it's a really weird day out there, and to be honest, it might be ages until this video goes up, so I'll just sort of put it out there now. I know I say it all the time, but yeah, I do feel my head, so if the weather is not resembling what I'm about to say, it's just because I've obviously filmed ahead, so it's not that I'm lying, I promise. I was going to have it in the middle, but actually I think I maybe prefer it at the bottom, to be honest. What do we think? I think it's really cute down there. So yeah, now I wonder, just got this from my lovely lavender collection papers, and I've just got this butterfly which just happens to be a very similar colour to those polka dot papers. So hopefully this butterfly is going to just look very cute and sort of finish this piece off. Okay. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? Love, love, love how that looks. Now, where do we want to have the lace for this? So just going to try this. I don't think it's, no, it's not quite right. I've got obviously some sari silk left, so we could have that, and I can glue this one because obviously my piece is on the book plate. I quite like it down the side, so I might just move my book plate over a bit like that. I wonder if we should have it hanging off almost. Could do that. Oh, what do we think? What do we think? Or do we want it over there and have like the sari silk over it? Oh, I'm really struggling today. I wish that I could hear you all. I'm going to have it there and put the sari silk over it, I think. So again, just going to hot glue this down because we've got the metal bits. I just want to make sure it's, you know, glued nice and quickly. So pop it there like that. Oops. Okay. And I'll just pop this in like that. Okay, and then go down the edge with the sari silk. Oops. Right, now I'm going to start, no, I'm going to start at the top. I was going to start at the bottom, but actually, no. I need to do it at the top. So, right, let's just pop that down like that. Okay, and then a bit more. Oops. Okay, right, I've been brave and I've put the glue right the way down to the bottom, so I need to be quite quick before it just all dries before I've got there. So there we go. I mean, how gorgeous is that? Oh, you know what I've done? Forgot to ink the piece up again. So why do I keep doing that? That's so irritating. There we go. I mean, how beautiful is that one? I have to say that's my favourite so far. Absolutely love, 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 love those colours together. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? Do you know, I'm tempted to do another one the same as this, but on the coffee dyed rather than the food coloured paper. Oh, now look, my glue's dripping all over my coffee dyed paper. What an idiot. Oh, gosh. Right, there we go. Let's mop that out. Yeah, should we do one there? I don't know how come I've done them all portrait rather than landscape. So, yeah, I don't know why, but it's just gone like that. Now, this might be, yeah, just seeing. Yeah, we might have to do this slightly bigger rose, I think, for this one, because it doesn't look like I've got some smaller ones. So, but that's fine. That's going to be fine. So let's have that, and then let's tear down this side. Okay. Oops, let's keep that lovely pattern showing. Oh my gosh, how lovely is that? Yeah, love that. So again, let's just take this down slightly. Okay, and then I might actually tear this in slightly smaller, so just so as I've got a bit more of the coffee dyed paper showing. I'll just go down here a bit. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Do you you know, would you be interested in the would you be interested in the laminated sheets? You know, do you think that's quite a good idea? Because I mean, again, I just try and think of things that people don't necessarily have, and that when I started out, you know, or even now, that I would want to buy. So, you know, for example, I didn't have a laminator, I didn't have a printer that, you know, would take the transparency film, things like that. So, you know, I definitely would have been very pleased to be able to purchase those types of things, you know, because otherwise I wouldn't have necessarily been able to get hold of things like that. So let me know what you think. And obviously the laminating, and I talked about this with the stickers, because you could obviously just use the transparency itself, but the laminating gives this such a different quality because it's so much thicker then, which, you know, is really awesome to use. So, you know, definitely, you know, you could definitely use just the transparency, but it will be a lot flimsier than this. I wonder which way that was. Probably that way. Do we like it on there or on the purple paper? On the other one, we had it on the purple. What do we think? Are we going to edge this with sari silk? in which case it's going to go down that side or that side, top or bottom. Oh, I quite like it at the top actually. What do we think? Yeah. Right, so it's just the flower we need to decide. Maybe we'll have the flower on this side for this one. So yeah, let's just pop that there. Oops. And again, going to just use the crocodile straight through the flower and the book plate. There we go. Yeah, so these are like my next thing that I'm going to be hoarding. Can you tell? Yep. Because they're just gorgeous to touch and to hold, all these laminated pieces. Like really, really, really tactile. They just feel absolutely yummy. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love laminating. And I love the feel of like laminated pieces. So when I, used to work sort of in an office, we used to have to laminate things sometimes. And all of us in the office loved laminating stuff. So we'd all be kind of like, oh, I'll do it. Oh, I'll do it for you. I'll do it. If someone came in with some laminating. So, yeah, we all used to kind of not fight over it, but, be like, oh, I'll do the laminating, because we all like doing it so much. But yeah, there's something really lovely about something being laminated, isn't there? I mean, I don't know whether it would actually be one of those kind of surfaces that perhaps there would be some people who really didn't like the feel of it, like a sort of, oh, I don't know, something like, say, polystyrene. I mean, I'm not keen on polystyrene, especially when, like, it all starts breaking up, and you get those dots, like, going everywhere. I hate that. So I wonder whether, like, laminating is maybe a little bit like that, where, perhaps there's some people who actually don't like the texture of laminated pieces at all, kind of like actually kind of actively dislike it. I don't know. But yeah, I really love the feel of laminated stuff. So, these pieces, they are like, wow, I love them. Love them, love them. Love them as the full sheet. Love them as the fussy cut pieces. Just love them, full stop. Oops, we didn't ink the edge of this again. I mean, why am I forgetting that every single time? Weird. Very weird. But yeah, I mean, these are so simple, aren't they? So simple, but so cute. Okay. So, yeah, do we think at the top, the bottom? I do love it at the top, I think. I do quite like it down this side, I've got to be truthful. So it's either the top or down the side. I think it's going to be the top. Yeah, let's do it at the top. Otherwise, it's probably a bit samey, isn't it? So, as the last piece. Oh, gosh. My hot glue gun's like got a bit stuck all over it. So as I'm picking it up, it's all coming up. Right. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous does that look? I love that so much. I mean, yeah, that could definitely be used as either a journal card or a pocket, obviously, because the back is, is plain. So that's gorgeous, isn't it? Right, let's do another one. So should we do another one on the coffee dyed? I wonder if that's one that I dripped the glue on. Hopefully not. Right, so let's just pick the flowers first. We could do like yellows, because we've not really used anything yellow, have we, so far? So we could do yellows. Oh, we could do these blue ones. They're quite pretty, aren't they? Let's just see whether... No, I think they'd be better at the bottom. I'll just check this way up. I wonder if I've got more of those. That's the question. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't wait to come and play with these, to be honest, after I cut them out, after I'd cut them out and like hung on to them for a little while. I couldn't wait to come and actually kind of play around with them. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do myself some more, because I really love just having them around. They're just so cute and fun. You know, they've got like the loveliest texture and loveliest feel to them. Oh, how gorgeous do they look just along the bottom, like a little garden. So again, going to, oh no, actually, let's actually remember to ink this, and let's get some dotty paper. So what colour do we think for this? Maybe this one. What do we think to that? It's quite good, isn't it, that one? Yeah. Oh, sorry about this. It's been printed on the back to my Autumn's Upon Us kit. So, yeah, just excuse the back of the paper. There we go. Okay, so let's just glue this down. I always love polka dots. I don't know about you guys, but just absolutely love them. I've got like a couple of polka dot aprons, you know, for like cooking and baking and things. I have to say, not that I barely do any cooking or baking these days, but I did used to, you know, I used to really like cooking and baking actually. And so I used to do a lot of it. And yeah, I had a few little cute polka dot sort of aprons and things. So I had one, my daughters had one. Well, I say had in past tense. I mean, I'm using them in past tense because we don't really do any of those activities anymore. But yeah, I've still got them, obviously. So it's just nobody's wearing them because nobody's cooking or baking. But yeah, always used to be so cute. I mean, when the kids were small. Not my daughter, I have to say. She's never really been that fussed or that interested in baking or cooking. She wanted to always decorate the cakes, but she was never interested in actually making the cakes. You know, so yeah, which is weird because I'm like the opposite. I always quite liked making them. I did not like decorating them at all. So yeah, we were kind of like the perfect match, her and I, you know, because she liked doing the bit that I didn't like. But yeah, weird. She never liked the making of the cakes really. But yeah, when the boys were small especially, they did love baking cakes. And we'd spend ages like baking cakes, you know, all the time. And they would get excited, you know, like as soon as I'd get the apron down, it would be a little bit like Bo when I reach for her lead. They'd be like, oh yeah, we're going to do some baking, you know. Yeah, just like Bo when I get her lead, to be honest. And we had many a lovely Sunday kind of just baking stuff. But yeah, I don't know why my daughter's never really liked it. She's never really been big on, you know, baking. She kind of loses interest very quickly. So, you know, before you've even managed to bake the cake, she's off. She's kind of lost interest, you know. You've only just sort of started it and she's like, oh, is it done yet? Is it done yet? And then that's it. She's gone from the room. So yeah, and then she just wants to come back, you know, once it's all cooked and ready for decorating. In fact, like she then struggles to, you know, to wait for it to be ready to be decorated. Now, what do we think to that? Is that okay colour wise, or do we think it's quite bluey green? I mean, it is quite bluey green, but what do we think? I have also got like a little word. It's just from my little documents collections. We could just do something more like that. Oops. I mean, that's quite pretty, isn't it? So yeah, should we do that? Let's just pop the holes in here. I mean, to be honest, yeah, like I said before, you could sew through these. That would be another alternative to stapling. The only thing that I would say about that is I'm not sure about sewing straight to them, if you see what I mean, rather than stapling them in place in the first place. Only because I think they would move around a lot. You know, once you got to the sewing machine, they'd be quite moving around and hard to then, you know, place them whilst sewing. That's just my, you know, my opinion. yeah, I would imagine that they would be a bit tricky. But, you know, I mean, I'm not the best seamstress or, you know, sewing machine user. So, you know, if you're much better with your sewing machine, then maybe you would be able to sort of place them and sew at the same time. I would not be able to. You know, mine would end up completely like lopsided and wonky and, yeah, stitched in the wrong place, to be honest. So I'm much better for something like this by using a stapler. Eyelets, you could use eyelets for them. That would kind of secure, you know, laminated type pieces. So yeah, don't kind of, are those two brads different colours? Are they different colours? They are, aren't they? You know, I'd never noticed that. I wonder if my other ones have been different colours. Let's take this one back out. Wow. I mean, yeah, just, I'm going to have to look back through them in a minute, because now I'm like, perhaps they're all different colours and I've just not even spotted it until just now. Or I've been like really lucky. Every time I've picked one up, it just happens to be the same colour as the one before. Weird how I've never noticed that. Very weird. Had a smoothie again for breakfast this morning. So, yeah, back on my trying to be healthy. I mean, oh my goodness. It is an effort, isn't it? I mean, I like the smoothies, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, it's definitely a kind of, come on, let's be healthy type thing. I mean, when I have them, it's like, oh, it is quite nice. But, you know, it's probably just not the most exciting thing. Right, where do we like the book plate? Do we like it kind of lower down or higher up? Not sure. And to be honest, it might depend where what we're going to have, like, you know, trim wise. So I'm just going to have a look around and see. Got that. That's very bright. Very, very bright. So probably not that. Let me just have a look and see. It would be lovely if I had some sort of ribbon or something in that pretty colour of those flowers. Are those lilacs? I'm so rubbish with flowers. And the worst bit is, I've probably asked this loads of times before, and, you know, you've probably all told me loads of times before, but still I can't retain. So now I'm like, oh, are they lilacs? So yeah, I apologise if you've told me it lots of times before. It's just the next time that I then come to name them as lilacs, I then start doubting myself again and think, oh, are they lilacs? Well, how weird. Just picked this up from my, you know, ribbon box. And, you know, in my head, that was going to be perfect colour. But they're actually much more blue, aren't they? Much more blue. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. Not the colour I thought at all. No, I've not got any ribbon that's the right colour then. That's annoying. I'll just have a look down for some more sari silk, because I don't think I've got any ribbon that would be quite the right colour. I've got this. I know it's beige, so it's like obviously completely different colour, but what do we think? Not really quite right, is it? Let's just have a look. Got this. That's quite pretty. I mean, we could even ink this up, to be honest. I've inked this up a couple of times recently. It really inks up well. Some laces and fabrics and things, they just really take to the ink really well, don't they? This is one of them. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Right, okay, so let's just pop this down. I never did really decide whether this was going to go top or bottom. So it's just going to go now where it's going to go. Yeah. Oh, let's hope I made the right choice. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop this little word down. Like that. Okay, and then the lace trim. Oh, actually, maybe I like the lace on this down the side. Let me just cut this down. Obviously, I just need to ink it up a bit more because I haven't gone that far down. that far along, so oops. Okay, we could go along that side. Oops. No, that's weird, isn't it? Let's just cut this curly edge off because that will be easier to see what it's going to look like. Okie dokie. Just check that I don't want it at the bottom. I do like it at the bottom, to be honest. But yeah, I think I do really like it down the, oops, down the side. Just check. I do really like it at the top, to be honest, as well. Oh, that's a bit of a tricky one, to be fair. Again, wish I was live and I could just hear what you think. Oh, let's have it on the side, shall we? So, yeah, just going to use my wet glue down the side there. Just pop it down there. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Oops. Hot glue thread. There we go. And that could even go underneath the flowers. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous does that look? Really, really, really love that. And then I wonder if I've got a bow that would just tie in colour-wise. Oh, what's this? Oh, again, very lilac. Why do I picture in my head that this is going to go? I mean, to be honest, yeah, that's just really weird. And especially as those flowers, I think, are called lilacs. Like I say, would hate to just, you know, really make a sweeping statement. But yeah, I think they are. Right, I'll just glue this down. Oh gosh, now I've got thread coming out from here. So, oh my gosh. Try and hold that thread down and then I can glue it down with the thread. Right. So even though this is lilac, you know, very lilac in comparison to the colour of the lilacs, which turns out is blue, I think it looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, I like how that looks, to be honest. So aren't they just so gorgeous? Should we do one more? So we'll just do one final one. So yeah, let's do another coffee dyed one. Trying to feel which is the right way and the wrong way of the paper. Should we do a bigger one? So yeah, should we do this and just sort of seeing what flowers I've got that are bigger. Oops, no, that's now massive. Oh gosh, I've gone one extreme to the other now. Gone from my teeny flowers to suddenly like massive ones. Oh, come on. Right. Yeah. Maybe we'll have something like that. Just decide which ones go better. That one and that one. I could probably prefer it with this one. Or we could just have like a couple of these, but like a tiny one and a big one. You know, like we did with the roses. We could do something like that. I like them really quite a few, I think. So, yeah, like that, I think. Oh, let's just try that with a tiny one at the edge. Oops. Oh, that looks okay, doesn't it? Yeah, that's filled in quite nicely. Right, let's just have a look and see. I wonder if it would go with that green paper. And that's very pretty, isn't it? Or with the mauvey colour. I mean, weirdly, although that's kind of pink, it's quite pretty with the mauve, doesn't it? Or I have got, obviously, pinky ones. So let's just try the pinky papers. So that, which is still quite lilac-y. Oh, this is so annoying because now I've torn into loads of different papers. I mean, what a waste. What a waste. What do we think to that one? Or, got some other pinks. Got this one, which is very Very raspberry, isn't it? And that's quite pretty, it's got to be said. Or got these. That one's quite nice actually, so let's just keep that there for a minute. Or I have got this one which might look quite good. Not so sure with that flower. Beautiful with these, absolutely stunning. But yeah, maybe we'll go with this one. What do you think? Okay, right. Let's just tear this down a bit. Okay. Right, let's move these out of the way before I get glue on those now. We have that turned around that way, so we've got this little bit of detail, not that it's barely visible. So yeah, let's just glue this down. Okay. Yeah, dots and gingham. I love gingham, to be honest, as well. That's very cool, isn't it? Very cool and very, I mean, it's quite retro, isn't it, to be honest, gingham, but I do really like it. I used to have some gingham curtains in my kitchen. In fact, I think I've had a couple of, you know, gingham curtains in kitchens. My first ever house, I had, they were kind of like a really lovely colour blue. I don't know what colour blue I'd really describe it, but yeah, a blue colour gingham curtains. I feel like I could even still have them in the loft, which, I mean, that's so weird because, I mean, that's from when I was like 21. So my goodness, it's time to throw those out. But yeah, I feel like I've still got them somewhere because I really liked them, you know. And obviously you kind of take them down and think eventually, oh, you know, I might use them again one day. I mean, as if you're going to. But yeah, you tell yourself that, don't you? And then, have I had any other gingham curtains? I feel like I definitely have, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. You know, I can't quite picture where they would have been or what colours they would have been. But definitely I'd be surprised if that's the only gingham curtains that I've ever had, to be honest. Oh, actually, just wonder whether we could have this one kind of like that on the book plate, just as a variation. That's quite pretty, isn't it? And then, oh, I don't think this is going to be the right colour, which is annoying because, you know, I'm just grabbing things from around the desk thinking, oh, let's use those, which I love being able to just grab things, you know, and have that slight victory of, yay, I've taken something off the desk. What do we think? Don't know. Put that there for a minute. Oh, I can't decide. Do quite like it on the book plate, I think. So yeah, let's just pop that on there again, just using the crocodile. This will probably be the last one of these that we do. I've only got 2 more sheets of the paper left anyway, and obviously it's, you know, it's probably pretty boring watching me do the same thing over and over again. But to be honest, although they're the same concept, you know, that we're doing, they are all looking quite different, aren't they? So, you know, they're kind of just a variation on a theme, aren't they, of using like a formula. Oops, let me check that's the right colour. Yeah, using a formula to produce something. Which, you know, if you use a formula, of course, that's brilliant for speeding your process up. So, oops, spread these out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right, let's just snip these edges off. Oh, I've forgotten about that ribbon. Maybe we might like that ribbon on there, because I don't think that's sari silk, although I wanted to use it because it was just laying about. You know, like if you use something for the sake of it, sometimes, you know, if you don't like it when you put it on there, you're not going to suddenly like it, you know. in 6 months from now, are you? So it's all very well wanting to use what's laying around, but there's no point if then you're not going to actually be happy with it. And I just feel I don't think I would be happy with it with that Sari silk. It wasn't the right colour. Now let's have a look at this ribbon though, because that might be. Oops. So we could have the ribbon there. We could have it there. We could have it top and bottom, to be honest. Let me just see. Haven't inked this up in both places, so you know, obviously picture this inked up. Oh no, that's weird, isn't it? No, I don't think that's quite right. Oh, that's annoying. Right, let me just have a look again at the lace. I wonder about just the lace that we used last time. And again, you know, could like ink it up so it's got some colour to it. I mean, to be honest, it's quite pretty white actually, isn't it? Yeah, quite like it just like that, to be honest. Oops, sorry, just jogging the table around. I wonder whether we could do with a touch of green on here as well. Just have a look. So these obviously are my coloured book plates, but yeah, the other ones, the big ones, they're from my original book plates. And you get like some of these plain ones with nothing on them. So obviously they're brilliant for writing things like, say, you know, if you went on holiday, you could write the place that you went on holiday, or, you know, the date that you went or something like that. So yeah, they're quite nice from that point of view. Oh my goodness, how cute does that look? Just layered up on there. Love how that looks. That's so gorgeous. Now I wonder if we could have a bit of ribbon as well. I wonder if the pale, you know, without being inked up, looks better on here actually. Just decide whether I might prefer that to the side. Yeah, I might prefer that to the side. So let's glue this down. Oops. Like that. Okie dokie. I wish I had a bit of that ribbon, this lace, sorry, coffee dyed, so as I can just decide, is it better coffee dyed or is it better plain? For some reason, I kind of feel like it's better plain, but I don't want to commit to that and then decide, oh, I've made a mistake. I mean, I could ink it up after it's been glued down, but obviously it's much easier to ink it now, because otherwise I'm going to struggle to not ink everything else around it. So just going to hold that there for a minute. Let me just see if I've got any cute pale pink bows or anything. Oh, no, I haven't got these. That's not really right, is it? No, that's not the right colour. Oh. No. Oh gosh, no, nothing at all. Oh, that's annoying. Need to obviously make some more bows in some other colours, because yeah, struggling with those. Just seeing what else I've got laying around. Got my flower trims. They're probably a bit much. Although, actually, let's just see. I'll just cut this down for a minute. Thinking like I could have like, say, 3 here and then just like a couple up there. And that's just tying that in, isn't it? Right, let me just see if I can get enough of an idea. Oh, I think maybe that lace should be ivory. Oh gosh, let's hope that I don't make a mistake with this, because once it's inked, it's inked. Oh, right. I've probably got some more of this lace, to be honest, somewhere in my drawer, but I just don't want to kind of waste everyone's time while I'm hunting around looking for it. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, right, okay. Yep, love how that looks. So I'm going to glue that down. Again, just using my wet glue, and then I'm going to trim off the, you know, the curly bit. So we'll just glue it on like that. Okie dokie, trim that off. like that, and then just, yeah, trim it off here. Like that. Okay, oops. Like that. Oh my goodness, how pretty does this look? And then, yeah, I'm thinking have a couple down there and then a couple at the top, which is then tying in the, you know, the top and the bottom. So they just look gorgeous, don't they? This one looks quite weddingish. Weddingish, weddingy. Looks a bit wedding invitation-y, I think. So, yeah, very pretty. Okay. Oh, and I have glued these on rather than stapled them. So it's the first thing that we've actually glued over the shiny surface. But, yeah, hopefully it would be okay. You could always add, you know, add a staple, kind of like maybe in between the flowers there. Like that. Just for sort of extra security, just in case you're worried that it's not going to be staying glued down. But aren't they just so cute? I absolutely love them. And like I say, because they're obviously on the you know, the plain paper, they could be journal cards, they could be pockets, you know, however kind of you wanted to use them, because they're obviously plain and writable on the back, which is lovely. So let's just pull them in, the ones that we have done. So, oops. And it makes them so quick to make using this formula. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're absolutely so cute, aren't they? Let me know which one's your favourite. I have to say my favourites are probably one of these. Although, I'm quite struggling actually. My least favourite is this one. Purely really the colours, you know, that feels quite yellowy, which I'm not really a yellow kind of girl. I do like this one. I don't know. I don't have a favourite at this point. I'm struggling to pick a favourite. So yeah, let me know what's your favourite if you have one. Oh, let me just quickly show you in a journal how they would look. So just got this journal that's kind of like on the go. I've been having it on the go for absolutely ages. I must crack on and actually finish it. But let's just quickly pop these onto a page to kind of demonstrate how they would look. Oh, as it happens, I've got something laminated on the facing page. So that's how that would look. Absolutely gorgeous. That one, again, very cute. This one. This one. This one. And finally this one. So, I mean, obviously I'm not necessarily saying that they are, you know, quite right on those pages, but, you know, just to give you an idea of kind of how they would look. So, yeah, really hope that you like them. Hope you like the kind of simplicity of the formula, just using, you know, 1 or 2 things. And yeah, really appreciate your giving this video a thumbs up. Maybe put some comments in the chat, in the you know, the chat below. That would be amazing. And yeah, thank you so much. Have fun with your bits and bobs, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.